So a doctor is preparing for a brand new patient this week, and the patient suddenly comes into the office and he's a clown. He's got makeup on, big red nose, huge feet, all of it. And the doctor is, of course, amused and says, what seems to be the problem? What brings you in today? And the clown says, well, doc, I'm actually terribly depressed. I'm so sad I could cry. Nothing seems funny to me anymore. And the doctor says, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I mean, this is kind of funny. Take-Two just bought Zynga for $12.7 billion. And the clown says, but doctor, I just bought Zynga for... A few months ago on this show, I discussed a rumor that stated that Lucid, who recently developed Destruction All-Stars, was working on a Twisted Metal reboot. Now, this week, Video Games Chronicle reported that that project has moved from Lucid recently to Firesprite, which is a studio Sony purchased just last year. Anyway, the article is responsible in that it at no point guesses why the game would move from one studio to another. But I'm just saying if Lucid was having a hard time cracking this project, if it was proving difficult to make a fun car-based combat arena shooter given today's current sensibilities, I am here to help. I can help out. I'm an ideas guy. Everyone says that about me. So what I've done is I've come up with 6 ideas in 3 categories. First category, essential ideas. These are ideas you should just do. Second, bold ideas. These are ideas that come with a bit of risk. And lastly, bad ideas. Let's start with essential ideas. First essential idea is guns that shoot where the player looks. So the difference between being a person with guns and a car with guns is that a car can't spin on its axis immediately. So in Twisted Metal, if there is a target to my direct right, I have to move forward or backward to even aim at it. And that's if it's staying still that whole time. If I'm 14 years old, that's annoying. I'm about 10 seconds away from going back to Call of Duty. I can't just reverse. What are you gonna do? I gotta do a K-turn to aim at you? Twisted Metal, that 14-year-old is not lost. You can win them back. Just add guns that spin. Second essential idea, Twisted Metal needs a bog witch. I can't believe this franchise is decades old and still doesn't have a single bog witch. That's wild. This is kind of a problem with video games in general. In any video game that has a large roster, kind of seems like women aren't allowed to be revolting. Think of Street Fighter V. Look at that huge roster. You got attractive men, attractive women, unattractive men, but not a single unattractive woman. And with Twisted Metal, it's been pretty much the same thing. Like, yeah, you can have a creepy doll mask, but underneath that, you're still a model for some reason. And this franchise should be wall-to-wall freakazoids. So, Twisted Metal, I now present to you your newest star. This is Thalzafel. Likes, living in the swamp. Dislikes, dipshits. Favorite food, wayward children. And her vehicle is a pumpkin-shaped carriage pulled by 2 dead horses. Finally, one character other than Sweet Tooth that people will possibly remember. Congratulations. Oh, and character artists, you're gonna love this. She's got a twin. Visipu, the good sister. She would absolutely never eat a child. Likes, hexing bullies. Dislikes, undergarments. Favorite food, birds. And now for my bold ideas. Firstly, every car has a jump button and can backflip. And I'm not saying they gotta be Rocket League cars just flying on, but players will need to be able to do cool moves in Twisted Metal. Because our problem is right now we have 2 ground-bound automobiles just firing purple homing rockets at each other until 5 minutes passes and one of them eventually explodes. That's not gonna cut it. And they're cars, they're automobiles, they should be going fast, but it's not a race, so they're not. They're just squirming around the arena taking pot shots at each other. Nobody's watching that on Twitch. Nobody's sending clips of that to their friend. Nobody's calling their mom into the room. A competitive game today needs to also be broadcastable. And in that, the game's skill set needs to be visually interesting to a broader audience. It can't be this thing where it's like, trust me, this is much harder than it looks. It has to look hard too. It has to be amazing to watch the cars flip as they're dodging rockets. Oh, that's a flip! Oh, that's a counter flip! Embrace this moment. How about this idea? Headshots. Here's another thing that makes shooting cars inherently less fun than human opponents. Headshots. Headshots are harder to hit, but do lethal damage. High risk, high reward. You know, like what fun video games are all about. So with Twisted Metal, I think what you do is you say that in your world, for this competition, in this tournament, if you want to enter, you have to fasten an explosive tub of gasoline to the roof of your car. Let me tell you, there is nothing more satisfying than blasting your enemy's tub. Welcome to Twisted Metal. And now on to bad ideas. First, every in-game season, one character canonically gets their wish. So in Twisted Metal lore, this whole dumb car shooting contest exists because the winner gets one wish from Calypso, who is a magical, evil event organizer. And the thing is, like, Calypso does actually always grant the wish, but always in like a monkey paw way.
Please, Calypso, he begged. Give me the body of a 20-year-old. Congratulations, you now have the body of a 20-year-old. Maybe next year you will win Twisted Metal again and ask for the head of someone the same age.
So the idea is, let's do that in multiplayer. Every season of the game, there is one canonical winner. And the winner will be decided by who played the most. So like, let's just say that in season 1, the most popular character is Chucky Floop. By the way, Chucky Floop is not a dumb word I just thought of. That's a Twisted Metal character. He's 19 years old. So anyway, for some reason, Chucky Floop was the most popular character of season 1. And then that is considered the winner of season 1. Now what we do is we give that character one huge buff, and then in return, one huge debuff. So season 2 Chucky Floop has infinite ammo, but because he never said what kind of ammo, is given droopy bullets that only travel 5 feet. So you as the player, do you stick with your main, knowing that you have to shoot infinite droopy bullets? Or do you move on to a new character? Look, I know it's a bad idea. It's labeled bad idea, but look, sometimes if you want to engage your community, you gotta poke their belly a little bit. And my final bad idea, Sweet Tooth Giggle Stops. So I'm admittedly fairly limited in my exposure to multiplayer games with a battle pass, right? It's not generally my kind of thing, so I don't really delve into it. Last year I did play Halo Infinite, which is, it's weird. It's essentially a free-to-play multiplayer game with like $60 campaign DLC. But anyway, it is basically a free-to-play multiplayer shooter with a battle pass you can spend money on. Now the battle pass is basically levels in which you unlock new cosmetic items, and the way you progress through these levels is by completing challenges. Like, get 2 double kills, or win 3 capture the flag matches. That's all pretty normal stuff from my understanding. Where I catch a whiff of insanity is that there are these items called challenge swaps. You use these items to replace your randomly assigned challenge with some other randomly assigned challenge that you hope is going to be easier than the last one. And I've swapped challenges before in games, but they didn't cost anything. It felt like a nice thing that the developer was saying. They're like, oh, you didn't want that? Come on, I'll give you a new one. Try this instead. It felt like a generosity. In Halo, you must spend these items to swap challenges. And I mean, even in the battle pass, some of the rewards are challenge swaps. You're spending challenge swaps to unlock more challenge swaps. It is part of the design of this game for the challenges to be undesirable. Look at this shit. Use promo code HALO117 at Chipotle to unlock 5 challenge swaps. That's the promotion. That is what they think is a desirable thing to offer you for your burrito. Not skins, not even an XP boost. Here's 5 challenge swaps. And this is a commodity to you because our challenges are so stupid. And that's what we're up against. We have to be better than that. So, that's why I bring up Sweet Tooth Giggle Stops. We already decided Sweet Tooth will not be a playable character in the new game because he's too popular. He's the only one who's popular. We can't sell skins for the other characters if everybody's just gonna be playing as Sweet Tooth. So he'll be some sort of element in the menus or something. Maybe he'll be the announcer. Most importantly, before every multiplayer match, you must listen to Sweet Tooth giggle for 14 seconds. However, if you use one of your Sweet Tooth giggle stops, he will stop giggling and you can start the match. And this is what's genius about it, right? Because every time you log in, you get a free Sweet Tooth giggle stop. And then maybe in our battle pass, you can unlock more giggle stops. I mean, do it all, baby. Do it all. Make them promotional. 5 free Sweet Tooth giggle stops if you whisper the word twisted upon checkout at your local library. Twisted. Cha-ching. That's why they call me the Ideas Guy. That's delayed input for this week. I'll be back next week, and I hope to see you then. Thanks for watching.
Hello, Thalzavel.
Hello, Vesperia.
Are you going to be entering the Twisted Metal Tournament this year?
Yes, of course. Are you?
I was planning on it, but I wouldn't want to kill my sister.
You couldn't kill me.
I could.
What's your out?
What?
What is your out?
I summon a giant 2-headed goat that gives me a 15% critical chance boost for 60 seconds.
15? You're bluffing.
I've never lied to you, sister. 15.
I see you've learned much since abandoning the coven.
More than you could imagine. I have fallen in love with a human.
Vesperia, no. Who is this human?
He's just a boy. His name is Chucky Floop.
Vesperia, I'm gonna fucking pop your tube.